Hello, everybody. It is Samantha Plaisance here, owner of Belux. I wanted to just pop on and let you guys know, I guess, a little bit of the background story behind um, this company. So let's just jump right into it. About 3.5 years ago, my oldest daughter, her name is Zinnia, she used to get these yeast infections and these rashes, these diaper rashes on her little butt that were just absolutely atrocious, to say the least. And doctors kept prescribing what's called nystatin to try to get rid of them and eradicate the entire rash. But the problem was, I noticed that it would always get worse before it got better. And I didn't like that. I didn't like that, these sores would go from being closed and painful to open, bleeding, and painful. So I started doing some research on my phone, my handy dandy little phone, and I learned that coconut oil, shea butter, um, stuff like that, and oatmeal was a great way to heal wounds, scars, things like that. And it was completely safe if ingested. So, obviously, her being 6 months old at the time, all the way up to a year old, it would have been okay if she would have just taken a handful of it while I was trying to get it on her. And so I ended up mixing all those ingredients together and putting them on her butt one day just to try it, because I was helpless. I mean, she was helpless, the poor little thing. And within 24 hours, the entire rash was basically gone. And I was like, after all these months of using this chemically filled nonsense juice, cream, basically nothing, it wasn't getting better. It would go away for a little while, but then I had to keep using the cream in order to keep it away. And with this, I didn't have to do that. I could make a little bit of it, and a little bit went a long way, and I would put it on her, and within 24 hours, there was no more pain. She didn't try pulling off her diaper. She wasn't screaming anymore. It was just a relief, and I felt great, because not only was I, fixing the problem, but I was doing it in a, I guess, organic and healthy living type of way, which is what I've always kind of strived for, living as cleanly and as healthily as I can. So it was just a really good feeling. And I was like, I bet a lot of parents don't know about this. Like, I bet a lot of people don't know about, this concoction that I've created. And it was literally just oatmeal, coconut oil, and shea butter. It doesn't even matter how much coconut oil or shea butter. It doesn't even matter how much you add, as long as it's a paste. And I used to take it in my fingers, and I would go like this, and it would like break up, and then it was like a paste. And that's what I would use almost every time I changed her diaper. And it completely got rid of it. And so I wanted to share that with the world. I wanted to be able to bring what I learned, into the world. And at first, it was kind of just like friends and family. I was just telling them, hey, if you have a diaper rash that you want to get rid of on your baby, this is what to use. If you have, even on yourself, if you have, just kind of scarring, or just little blemishes on your body, this is the way to get rid of them, without having to use like a steroid or a topical ointment. And it just felt really good to be able to share that with people. And then I also looked at some of the bigger brands that sell these organic products that still have some of the chemicals in them that you don't want to see, right? And they were all like $14.99 for like a 1 ounce tube of. And I was like, how is anyone in their right mind supposed to afford this? How is anyone in their right mind supposed to afford something that costs $4 per like milliliter? I was like, oh my goodness, because I couldn't at the time. No way. There was no way that I could afford that. And so I ended up thinking to myself, why is it so expensive to be organic? Why is it so expensive to live healthily, to live a healthy lifestyle? Why is it so expensive? And it blew my mind. I couldn't wrap my head around it. And then I realized, because they know that if people are desperate enough and looking for help, that they will buy the product, right? So my goal was to find a way to create these organic and useful and healthy products and make them affordable. A lot of my stuff, $14 gets you a bottle of my skincare, my foaming face wash, which, yes, that seems a little expensive, but it's also 10.5 fluid ounces. I've had mine in my shower now for, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and I've barely made a dent in it. So, because you don't need a lot. I make it very, I don't make it concentrated, I would say, but I definitely make it a hefty amount that is going to last you for at least 90 days. And a lot of these products that you see out there are 30 to 60 days, um, of use, and it just seems like they're like $20. Like, I used to actually work for a skincare company that claimed to be vegan and organic and everything like that. No parabens. They were very healthy. They tried to. They met very high standards, but they were also what's called a luxury company, meaning you're gonna pay a very hefty price. It was $72 for a 0.5 milliliter container of eye cream. And so I was looking at that and I'm like, there's no way that somebody in their right mind, somebody that doesn't have just disposable money, someone that doesn't just have money they can throw at anything, no one's gonna buy this because it was so expensive. I didn't even want to buy it, and I had to join the company, and so I could use the products and be able to say this works or this doesn't, right? And so I was like, what if I make an eye cream and I make it $8 and it still has the same benefits, right? That's what we want. We want the same benefits just for a lower price, right? That's what we want. So I ended up making, the first thing that I made was my organic eye cream. And the Belux Eye Enhancer, as it's called on my site, it's made with shea butter and aloe oils and all these amazing little oils and tidbits of things that I've learned over the years that are good for dark circles, that are good for replacing dead cells and replenishing cells. So that's kind of my why, as to why I started doing all of this. And another thing I want to touch on is my book. A lot of that has to do with your why in life. My book has a lot of little tidbits of information that give you clarity as to, why aren't you successful, or why are you successful, or what can you do to be more productive, I guess, in life. One of the things I cover, actually right in the beginning of the book, is it's clear communication. And clear communication has to do with a lot of things. See, like for me, I have I have a really bad problem with clear communication. If I tell my children to go pick up their toys, am I telling them, hey, put the toys in the right bins and do it the right way? No, most of the time I'm so angry, I'm just like, oh my God, go pick up your toys. For the love of God, please just go pick up your toys, because they're all over my house and it's a mess in here, and so they pick up their toys, but they don't put them in the right area. They don't put them in the right places. They're just throwing them under the bed. They're throwing them into their beds. They're throwing them into the corner. But did they do what I asked them? Yes, they did. So I can't get mad at them. But I wasn't clear about what I wanted done, right? So there was an error. What I wanted done wasn't what they did. But because of my lack of clear communication, I wasn't able to get my point across in the right way. So am I going to get angry because they didn't put the toys in their bins, even though they should know better? Of course I am. But realistically, it's my fault because I didn't tell them where to put their toys, and I didn't tell them to put them in the bins, and I didn't tell them that there was going to be repercussions if they didn't put them away the right way, right? A lot of us struggle with that. And so it all comes back to being just clear. Being clear about what we want, being clear about what we need. And that's my point in all of this, is to say that in our lives, there's a lot of different situations where we act out. There's a lot of situations where we want to be successful and we're running towards this goal at full speed, whether it be with makeup, whether it be with, anything that you're doing, anything that you are passionate about. We're running towards it, but sometimes we're running with a blindfold on because we're not focused in the right areas, right? So a lot of my book touches on just being open, being clear, and getting our point across, right? And my point in this business, the point that I wanted to get across was, how can I help people And how can I bring something to the table, something different, something new, something that's not just buy, do this, do that, let's have a giveaway. I wanted to bring something useful. I wanted to bring something that meant something, right? We want to bring something to the table for everybody, and we want to be able to be passionate about what we're doing. But a lot of the times we lose sight of our why. My why is my children. My why as to, why do I do this? Because I believe that there's a way to afford organic and healthy living. As you can see on my site, I make it affordable. Is it the cheapest product out there? No, by all means, of course it's not. But is it one of, the healthiest products that I can come up with, and the best recipes that I'm able to come up with? Absolutely. So never lose touch of your why, because once you lose touch of that, you're not going to be as passionate about what you're doing. If you forget why you're doing it, you're not going to be passionate about it anymore. There's a lot of times I get discouraged too. Do not get me wrong. That's completely normal to get discouraged and to think, man, this is getting too hard. This is getting ridiculous. There's a lot of times where that happens to me, but you have to bounce back. You have to recuperate from that and remember why you started in the first place. So that's kind of just what I wanted to touch on today. Not a super long video, just something to kind of let you guys know why I do this and why I started this company, and give you a little background information on my book. My book is called What in the F is Self-Help. It's on Amazon right now as an ebook. I'm creating an audiobook for it because I know sometimes it's easier to listen than it is to read. When you're driving or you're at work or you're at the gym, I do understand, so I'm creating an audiobook for it as well, and it comes in a normal paperback as well. And 20% of proceeds go to the Amazon conservation, due to all the fires that just weren't covered by media for some reason until like 2 days ago, even though it's been burning for God knows how long now. So let's also make a difference in this world together. I don't want to do this by myself. This isn't just for me, okay? And one thing I really want to say is, without you, what would I be? Without the support and the love that you guys give me every single day, what would I be? And a lot of brands lose touch of that. A lot of brands are like, oh, well, I'm just big. And what would they be without you? Without people that love their products, without people that support their products? They'd be nothing. I'd be nothing. And it's very hard to admit that sometimes, that, you need other people. But I love admitting that. I love admitting that I need every single one of you, and I want every single one of you as a family here. And I want you guys to be able to feel like this is a safe space where, you can post your looks on my timeline, and I'm just going to tell you you're freaking beautiful because you are. I'm not going to sit there and be like, well, you could have done, because there's nothing you could have done better. You did exactly what you were supposed to do, and you nailed it every single time, right? So I'm never going to discredit anybody, and I want this to be a safe space for everybody. And I want to be able to spread the word of positivity and create a ripple that turns into a wave. That's what I want to do. And I wouldn't be able to do that without you guys. I wouldn't be able to do any of this without you guys. So I want you to know that you play the biggest role in all of this. I'm just the idea. You guys are the brain. You guys are the nervous system. You are the heart of this company. And I never want you guys to forget that. I never want you guys to think that this is just something to make a little extra money. I really want to help people, which is why I wrote my book. I really want to make somebody's life better, whether it be one person or whether it be a million people. So that's kind of just what I wanted to say today, guys, and let you know that you are important, and that I never go a day without, checking my phone and smiling at the tweets that I get to see every single day, the Facebook posts I get to see every day, the Instagram pictures I get to see. There's never a day that goes by where I don't constantly stare at people's looks, and I just absolutely am in awe because they're just gorgeous. So I will be back on here Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to post another little video. It's going to be a great one, so please don't miss it. And I look forward to growing with you guys and creating this wave that this community desperately needs. It needs a rebirth, and it needs a positive change, and I want to be the one to bring it. So let's do it together. I will see you guys on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Drink water, stay hydrated, and definitely don't forget to get some sleep, because I know I do.